Hey guys, I'm back on my computer because my phone died and I just don't even want to play that game. So I'll give you guys a second to join and I'm going to have to relieve some of my allergies real quick. Ooh, okay. Sorry if anybody heard that. You probably all did. Being outside was just brutal. It sounds better on here. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if I can use my, okay, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to plug in my special microphone, and you guys tell me if you can hear me on that, or if the audio changes. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, it probably wasn't working on that, right? Hey. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mike. Oh, okay. Then I'll just leave it on my laptop because that's kind of easier. I don't have to hold anything. So yeah, we can just continue our talking on here. Cheers. Here's another cough drop. Another blanket. Oh my gosh. I have such a blanket problem. It's bad. You're just helping my addictions, Mike. That's what you're doing. Yeah, I probably have like easily 20 blankets. And we have like 3 beds in this house, so that makes a whole lot of sense. Sunglasses. You know, I used to like sunglasses a lot, but then I realized what a ripoff they can be. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I have like a million pillows, and the ones that you saw in the video, well, the ones on the couch, that was most of them, but there's still more. And then sometimes I just buy like pillowcases too, and I just have extra ones laying around in case I want to like switch things up, but I never do. So I just end up having all these extra things. But so I used to work at a store, 15 Ray-Bans. Oh my gosh. I worked at a store that sold Ray-Bans. I worked at another store that we'll just say was like a fashion brand. And we sold our sunglasses for around $50 a pair. Then I found out that they only cost, it was either $250 or $350. That was their cost to us. And they were like literally any other, just the same quality as like any glasses you would get at like the dollar store. It was crazy. And people bought those for $50 all day. Like, oh, just sickening. Yeah, you can never have too many pillows. Yeah. Yeah, and I do like, for like my guest beds and stuff to like layer them, and it just makes it look nice and really inviting. Yep, Luxottica. Yep, there's a video by Adam Ruins Everything from College Humor. It's a very interesting series if you guys haven't watched them. But he has a video on glasses and all that. That's why my glasses are from zennyoptical.com. I wish they would sponsor me. But these were like $15. And I still have like, I think I did get a coating on these. But if you get like a anti-glare coating or whatever they recommend for you, it's only like $3 versus the other places charge you like $100 for the coating. So yeah, I have 2 pairs of glasses from them and sunglasses from them. I think it maybe cost me $50 for all 3. And Jacob has a couple pairs of glasses too. Tina, you don't need to bark right now. I wonder if everyone else is still waiting on the other live stream. They probably went away by now. Tina, come here. Come here. Come here. How about you just chill? They always just want to get people outside. They can't take it. Yeah, it's a great deal. Oh yeah, there's just a bunch of pine trees out there in my dad's truck. Oh man, my dad has worked on the tractor all day today. Although I did tell him he could come have dinner if he wanted to, so he might actually just like walk in here. But yeah. I don't know. Oh, he's talking to the heating and air guy outside. Yeah, we have a school bus. Tina, can you not? It's a 91. It is a Chevy P30 Mini Bird, and it has 39,000 original miles on it, which was pretty amazing. And we had some starting issues with it. We replaced the batteries. Luckily, Jacob works on cars, so he's been able to do all the work. So yeah, we took all the seats out. Then we took like Rust-Oleum and, oh my gosh, every kind of sealant you could think of. We used different types of caulking and silicone sealer, because when you take all of the, Tina, hey, you're really interrupting right now. Oh, I forgot I have this door here. I should try that. Bye, Tina. Maybe that'll muffle some of the sound if she keeps barking. Anyway, when you take all the seats out, they're bolted like to the frame of the bus. So you have to fill in all the little, she just came in here crying. You have to fill in all the holes. So we had to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, she hasn't really like sounded off yet. Sometimes she really gets howling like a beagle. But yeah, so the bus still needs a couple little mechanical things done, but overall it's pretty safe. We just have to build some benches and stuff, and there's just some inside work that needs to be done. But basically, we waited until we got all of our stuff moved because we knew that we were going to use it kind of as a moving truck. So I didn't want to have like, you know, a kitchen counter in the way of like getting mattresses and stuff in there. With the white and blue. That's funny because I'm like messing with this candle holder as you're talking about that. There's like candle wax on it, so I have to clean that off. But basically what I have now is mostly like dishware stuff and candle things. So mainly in the kitchen. I might put a couple pieces in the dining room, and then like candle things that I have will just go probably in the living room. But like blue and white is like my absolute favorite combination for any kind of dishes or anything. Like whenever I'm at a thrift store and I see something blue and white, I usually pick it up, especially if it's cheap. Thank you. I love our little bus. We almost sold it before, but we ended up keeping it just because, like, at the time we were trying to sell it, it was kind of in the middle of having some work done and it wasn't really running. So people didn't want to pay what we wanted for it. But I'm really glad that it worked out that way. Yes, I do have a P.O. box now. I'm excited about that. And um, now I can really like open up my Etsy shop too. I didn't want to send out a ton of stuff using like an address. So, but now I can use the P.O. box. I was thinking about that, Mike. A guest house for the bus or even like an Airbnb if we have like, even if there's like an extension cord just going out the window, we can put a space heater in there or whatever we got to do. But yeah, there's lots of possibilities out here, and we're lucky that we don't have kids yet or anything really holding us back from exploring all the cool things we can do with this house. Yep, I have an Etsy shop. It is called Life of Laura Store on Etsy. And basically, I just have like some old things from the farm, some old things that I've collected. Um, there's not a ton of stuff on there right now because, like I was saying, I didn't really have an address to send it from. But now I'll be adding some more stuff, and hopefully, in the next few weeks, I'll get the garage really cleaned up and figure out where I'm putting all that stuff that's in there, like the old farm stuff. And then some things I'll sell too from there. So I was also thinking, and you guys can tell me if this is a good idea or not, or if it's dumb. I have a couple of pieces of extra wallpaper, and I was thinking about doing like some little, like small, I don't know, maybe like this size, little antique frames and putting some of the wallpaper in there that I don't need to use, and putting that on the Etsy shop. It would be cheap, but do you guys think that's a good idea, or is that like silly? Just let me know. But yep, might come on through. You trust my taste. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I have the bedrooms upstairs because those will definitely be like workspaces for me eventually. I have to build a desk in one of them, well, probably two of them. And right now, my kitchen table is kind of serving as like my Etsy store area. So, oh man, you guys are funny. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. There'll be a lot of stuff that I'm gonna sell on there, and some of the things that like I was thinking people might not be interested in. Some of those things have sold, so I'm like, okay, I guess I just need to like list everything I can, and people will surprise me. I'm trying to think of something cool too. I have these old spoons. I'll grab a couple and show you. Okay, so my dad walked in, so everyone's dreams can come true. The dogs are bothering him.
Sit down, sit down.
Tina, leave him alone.
Well, Laura wrapped me into another time on TV, I see.
Yep, there's 14 people watching you right now.
Oh my.
This is everything they're saying on here. Everyone's saying, hey, Dad. Someone said, best dad ever.
Well, I don't know. I try. Can't displease my baby here. Dog, get down. Boy, she's a pest. Holy mackerel. Well, what can I educate anybody on today and be of service abroad? Are they typing on?
Mm-hmm. This lady says, you raised a very sweet girl.
And it was tough.
I wasn't always sweet.
She didn't tell you about all the times I had to tie her in the closet and put a muzzle on
Oh my gosh.
her.
Oh man.
No, she was pretty good. Every time I do her a favor, I keep convincing myself of that.
So remember the guy I showed you that was on the old tractor the other day?
Yeah.
So he's one of my friends on here. He says, how are you such a ladies' man?
Well, tell them it's not easy, especially as I get older.
People don't believe he's 40 anymore.
I don't dare tell them my age. I wouldn't get a date with anybody, right? Clean living and good genes.
What's your favorite project you ever done, but you can't say where it is unless it's not around here?
You're asking me to run over a lot of years real quick.
Well, tell them about how many bricks went into the big brick house up north.
That was probably my overall favorite. That was 8,000 square foot home, 45,000 brick on that house, 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 2 butler's pantries, 2 laundromats, 2 living rooms. The house was 110 foot long.
There you go, Noah's Ark.
Yeah. And then I built a separate 4-car garage from that. And I named that one the Governor's Mansion. It had 20-foot columns in front, 18-inch fiberglass columns. Yep. That was the challenge.
That's his proudest feat.
That's the biggest house.
But that was when I was, I don't know, 11 years old. So
Yeah, we lived in that a couple years.
yeah, and
I built another one that was 7,850 square feet. It was 90 foot long, 3 levels. I put a basketball court in the basement, built a pond, built a horse barn, put a pool in the ground behind.
just firing it off.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad those days are over with.
Yeah, he didn't lay the brick. He hired people to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there was like 15 masons on there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. He'd still be laying the bricks if he had to do it all.
No, I would have got smart after the first cube and quit. What'd you cook for dinner, Laura? I haven't eaten in 3 days.
There's a rotisserie chicken in there
Excellent.
and some steamed potatoes on the counter.
So, can I sign off with the folks? Sorry about it, folks, but I'm kind of hungry.
Everyone says that's a huge job. What a worker. Mad respect to you. So.
What, should I do this and say still steal?
Well, they just saw you. There's no editing, so they just saw you.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. At least I could have got a suntan, right?
Oh man. I remember there was one kid, I'll tell you this before he goes, in elementary school that didn't believe how big and strong my dad was. So he came in to have lunch with me one day and I said, Dad, will you show him how big your arm is? So he pulled his sleeve up and flexed, and all the little kids were like, wow. Oh man, it was funny. He said, Farmer's tan. Someone else said sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, I've got a good tan, but I didn't wear my tank top, so, oh well.
Yep.
I'm tired and it's been a long day, so I'm ready to eat and then misbehave.
Oh, he says his dad was a Union Bridge painter.
Oh, he had a dangerous life and hard work too. Yeah,
Oh, someone wants to know what's up with the bucket loader in the background.
that's my grade tractor and I use it on all my sites. I wouldn't trade it for anything unless she's good looking.
On that note, see you later, Dad.
I'll try not to embarrass my little girl too much here. Okay, folks, it's been real, but I'm gonna go eat. Thanks.
And I'll continue on here. The plates are to the left of the sink. You can
All right.
grab one and help yourself. So, hope you all enjoyed that. You all got your wish. He is going to eat some rotisserie chicken and some steamed potatoes. I just bought a fully cooked chicken and made some potatoes real quick. I went grocery shopping today, so all those days I never really feel like cooking after I do that. He is very hardworking. Yeah, I'll show you the chair. So, it was wood when I got it. I painted it black. So I got the table that I'm sitting at and 4 of those chairs for free on Craigslist when I first moved into my last house, because I just basically got everything free that I could. Thank you. Yeah, so it's worked out to be a nice little set that I have too, and I figured that if he's riling up the dog in there, I figured that if I ever want to replace this table, I'm just going to give it away like the lady gave it to me and kind of pay it forward, because they really helped me out, because I didn't have to go spend like $500 on a dining set. That's just crazy. So I think maybe next week I'll make a video of like a thrift haul. Yeah, just if you have patience, you can find lots of crazy things for free. But I think what I'm going to do in the next week or so is take like a basket around my house and find a lot of the cool stuff that I've thrifted recently, and I'll film it and talk about all the things that I got. And yeah, he's something, CJ. Yeah, and you'd be surprised how much stuff you can really find for free. It's pretty crazy. I got a whole dresser for free. I got a bed for free. I got lots of stuff. If everyone keeps talking, I'll be on here for a little while. Yeah, I've been on FreeCycle before. Lucas is gonna be mad. Yeah, he will be. He missed his question time. But FreeCycle was kind of confusing on how it worked to me. So usually I just like at odd hours we'll check like the Craigslist free section, because if you check it at like 7 o'clock at night, likely if something's been newly posted, a lot of people aren't going to see it, because usually people check it kind of in the earlier morning. Oh, I definitely do, Catherine. Yeah. it's nice to just kind of recycle things and make old things new. And even if I have paid for furniture other than my couch, I've got it really cheap and gotten it used. Like I have this buffet table in here, which when I do like a dining room video, I'll explain more about that one. I got it for $60, and when I looked it up online, one that's in good condition is like $800 because it's some nice brand, but yeah, so you can really find some valuable stuff if you just keep your eyes open. Gonna have another cough drop. I've just been having them around the clock. You fine and everything?
Yeah, I'm good. Where's Jacob?
He's laying down.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Jacob hasn't been feeling well either. He got, well, he's small. He's probably just under the covers.
Oh, okay, I didn't look close.
But yeah, he hasn't been feeling that well. He's had kind of the same thing as I've been having going on. I'm on the mend though. He's like day one.
3 days ago.
Yep, that's what I just said. Any more farm equipment? There's like some little things I want to do stuff with, but the manure spreader, the plows, and there's a wagon. We might end up selling because I'm obviously not going to use them. And they're so old that it would kind of be a shame if if somebody like tried to use them for what they're supposed to be used for, because they're definitely antique at this point. Like the wagons and stuff, I thought about putting them out, yeah, for lawn decoration, but you're just kind of setting them out to rot when you do that. And these have all been pretty well taken care of and been like up on blocks out of the rain. So I just don't think that's a good idea. Thank you, Catherine. I am very happy here. Been waiting for a very long time and glad that I can be here. Nicole, yes. There is not a working fireplace right now. One had supposedly been relined, but when we were getting the fireplaces worked on, they said that they wouldn't have a fire in that thing. So I'm gonna take their word for it. So I don't know what else I have to talk about. Do you guys have any other questions? Yeah, I really don't need the heat from them anyway. It seems like more trouble than it's worth because we have electric heat and good insulation. So not in the near future. Maybe someday if I decide that I can't live without a fireplace, but I didn't have one in my last house, and we really didn't have that many when I was growing up. And when actually I had a friend that I went over to her house and would stay the night, and it always made me sick because the air was so dry. So I would always like
All that dusty wood and spiders.
my dad says all the dusty wood and spiders. But yeah, I would always end up calling my mom at like 3 a.m. literally, because I would wake up throwing up and she'd have to come get me because I just couldn't take the dry heat. I do have plans for a garden, Catherine. I just decided that I wasn't going to do one this spring because between moving and everything I had going on, it would just been just too much stress. Everything besides a garden already filled up enough of my life. So I think I'll do one either this fall or next spring, and then I can fully focus on it. Oh, the Northeast UK. Yeah, I bet. I do have a sewing machine as well. I can sew a mean pillowcase. I don't know as far as curtains or, you know, those kind of things. I have sewed curtains before, but I wouldn't say I'm super proud of them. So, hey, how do you say your name? Mary Neal? Mary Neal? Oh my gosh, my hopes and fears. Man, my hopes is that that I get the house looking the way I want it to sooner than later. But I don't really have any fears at the moment. I can't really think of anything. Thank you. I'll feel better soon. I'm a lot better than I was. I almost missed work on Monday because I just felt so bad. And it was one of those things where if you're like sitting still, like your eyes just kind of involuntarily close. Yeah, CJ. So yeah, but now I got a lot of rest and I feel a lot better. Huh?
We're missing days work through it all, honey. The man of steel.
Uh-huh. My dad said he never missed a day, and he's a man of steel. Yeah, I probably will try. I mean, we'll see. For my bedroom, I just got drop cloths and did the little clippy things, and that worked out pretty well. So whatever I do, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm not too rushed on curtains because, I mean, like if no one's really going to walk up behind me right now, and I'm pretty far back from the road, so I'm not too worried about it. But I have them on my bedroom, so. Yep. Did you guys hear my dad? Well, a bunch of comments just popped up. Yep, the corn crib is still here. The barn, everything is all here. I don't really want to go in them now until like it's cold outside again because the bees are out and there's all kinds of things living in them. But for now, they're just going to be kind of left alone. You just hang a blanket over the window. Yep. You know, sometimes it's just utilitarian like that. But now, oh my gosh, everyone has these perfect little cookie cutter homes and everything is white and tan colored and looks like a show home all the time. I'm from Virginia. I plan on living here for the foreseeable future. I don't have any plans to go anywhere just yet. Thank you. Yeah, I just can't live that way. Yeah, I was thinking about that, doing curtains with just the rings and clips, and I could just do like whatever material as long as I found like a good thick one. Yeah, that would, and it would work just like the drop cloths would. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckles. Do you mean like Dawn? Do you mean like with the house designs or with like decor? Yeah, I definitely want to give some nods to the older stuff, but it's kind of unrealistic for anyone to live like in a fully restored home because obviously like we have electricity and a working bathroom and um, an electric stove. So
Oh, I said, how turned out so good, I'm moving in.
my dad said the house turned out so good he wants to move in. With the decor, I already have kind of like an antique style, and it's a lot of like mid-century stuff. But I don't know. I guess I did watch some Fixer Upper, and I do like some of the more modern stuff, but I don't plan on doing that here. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of like I just want it to look collected. So just have lots of things that people would say, "Oh my gosh, where did you get that?" Can it be something that's unique and that you can't go find at Hobby Lobby or wherever the heck people are buying all this stuff? Yeah, I have so many though, Nicole. Did you see all my piles of stuff in my moving video? I am definitely not a minimalist. I like that kind of stuff. I think it's very like admirable. It's very pretty. It's just not how I live, and to an extent, like things do definitely make me happy sometimes. I enjoy like collecting things and finding unique things. So thank you. Yeah, I think eclectic is probably the best way to describe it. I used to describe it as like a hip grandma because I have like a lot of old stuff and like I love floral um, patterns, and I like using old cloth napkins and things like that. But then I'll have like newer fun stuff, so it keeps it interesting. Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to go back and see my moving vlog because you'll see my piles and piles of things. But I'm still gonna even kind of pare down on that stuff. Like the stuff that I have in the foyer over there, I plan on cleaning up a lot of that, and some of the stuff is just like not really the style that I'm going for in here. Yeah, I just got a P.O. box, and it's in the description of the video I just posted, so you can find it there. Also on Instagram, I posted about it too.
Give it a peanut butter honey.
For you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on one second, you guys.
Oh, man, can you Oh, I can get it in sour.
I have other jams in there and jelly. My dad needed the peanut butter. Crisis. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have an Amazon wish list, just like for me, but I don't know how to share that or make it like. I guess I could make a new one with the shipping address to the PO box, and then it would be shareable. So I can try that. So if I do that, if you follow me on Instagram, I can post it on there. My dad has been, sure, Josh, I will try that. My dad, ever since he was, when did you start in the construction world? 19?
Yeah, 19 years old.
He was 19 and he moved to Virginia from Michigan.
You know how old I am?
He looks pretty good for his age. You guys want to believe he's 90? Yeah, he's from Michigan and moved down here and started doing jobs with your brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. So he started working with his brothers and like they remodeled homes and stuff and had rentals and
Investments.
yeah, did investments too. So he just started learning everything he could and worked anywhere he could. And then by the time he was like 30, he was pretty much going on his own and building houses and selling them. And then he, you know, the higher up you get on the ladder with that, the more the money you get to keep. So that's kind of the spot to have if you're gonna work on houses. Oh yeah, I love the flower wallpaper too. And I'm glad I saved a piece of it, but yeah, the plaster just, at first, when we talked about what we were gonna do, and my dad wanted to get rid of all the plaster and everything, I was like, no, we should keep it and try to fix it and whatever. But then when I started seeing like all of the literal like rat, mouse, raccoon poop coming out of it, I was like, no, that's okay. We can take that down. I don't really need to keep all that. So now we have a nice clean space, and I can always do things that pay, how do you say it? Homage, whatever. You know, to the original things. Like I have the little scraps of wallpaper. I can put up pictures of how it looked before. There's things I can do without, excuse me, without having, you know, like possum skeletons in the walls, because I just really don't need those. Well, I've already framed some of them, Glenda. And I haven't decided on how I'm gonna display pictures and things of before. I was thinking I might just get one of those like digital frames and then just have it like up on a bookshelf or something, and it can just cycle through, and if people come by and they want to see the pictures, then they're just there. Or maybe an album, or I don't really think I'll do a gallery wall, but that is an option of all those kind of things. And then somebody was saying I should do a picture of each room, how the room used to look, which I might also do. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I'm not gonna push myself to make a choice on that. Oh man, people are crazy. Yeah, I do. Is CJ still on here? He's probably gone. He's been quiet for a while. He's still here. Oh, perfect. I will do that right now. Thank you.
You tell them I was looking at it, I still believe
Oh my God.
between 40 and 50. So I don't have to pick up on a date and tell.
My dad's over here making jokes.
We don't buy our shoes at the blacksmith shop.
Get out of here. Enjoy your sandwich. Oh my gosh.
You gotta tell them, look,
No. My dad's over here making jokes about how he's a bachelor and how he's looking for a lady. My goodness. I thought about doing the photos too. I just don't know how much space that would take up. I just have so many. I was also thinking, if you've seen in the old houses where like on this bottom rail, they put like the little hooks in there, and they'll do like, I don't know, a little fishing line or whatever and hang up pictures that way. So I could also do that, and then I could change them out if I wanted to, and I wouldn't have a bunch of random holes in the walls. So I just haven't really decided, and anything, like any projects that I've done so far, I don't really have like a specific order that I'm doing things in. Just when I have a good idea, I just go with it because I just want them to be good ideas.
I noticed in your childhood.
Someone said you'll have to share how old you are.
Who said that?
A lady named Nicole said that. You know, I could make some black and white photos, but I am supposed to be getting photos from a family member. I just don't know what they'll be. I'm hoping that she has house photos. If that's the case, then I'll put up some of those for sure.
Tell her I will have to go see her mugshot.
Okay. You're canceled, Dad.
You gotta tell her. You want me to only stay sober, what do you want?
Okay, sorry. He's really a distraction in there.
Hey, I'm off the clock, I can move on now.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I want Dawn to really complete it, that I'm like thinking of things for, there's a couple like, I don't know, 3-4 foot tall crates that I could make. I could use those for the base of a table, maybe with like some barn wood. That's kind of what I'm thinking for a dining room table. eventually, but I'm not in any kind of rush to get that done. There wasn't really anything unexpected. Dad, was there any unexpected expenses for this house?
Yeah, how much the floor cost?
Yeah, we were a bit shocked by how much the floors cost to get redone, but nothing really like popped out though that, was like something we weren't planning on doing, right? Besides the drain field we were unsure of. Yeah, we weren't sure if the drain field was working fine or not, so that ended up having to get redone.
I was gonna do carpet, but you went hardwood floors and it cost me my life savings. Tell Nicole over dinner, I'll tell her.
Oh my gosh. Oh lordy
Tell
lordy.
her.
No.
How do you expect me to meet Mrs. Morrison? I'm telling him one.
Picture rails. I'm not sure what those are. I think maybe that's what I'm thinking of. The old houses had. And Josh, I am not 21. I am quite a few years older than 21. With cording your artwork. Thanks, CJ. The dog's name is Tina Turner. That's the black one that you see in the videos. My other two are named Jax, Jaxx, and Winston. I do crafts, Glenda, and whenever I make stuff, I want to just like, oh my gosh, I'm reading ahead. Whenever I make stuff, I just plan on making a couple extra because I always end up buying extra supplies and things and have extras to make. So I'll make extra and put them on my Etsy. I made a couple plant hangers for myself and I put the extra ones on there too. Hey, Shauna. He does not even know what Tinder is. Thank God. That would be so scary. I am 27. So, yep. I still got this baby face. Hopefully it sticks around till I'm my dad's age. I'm not planning on having roommates. I mean, it's Jacob and I here now. Excuse me. And it really should be fine with just the two of us. Hello, CNE. Very cool, from Scotland. Oh yeah, so down the road he's been working on a place, so he's only a couple minutes away, and he's already on to the next project. But it's kind of convenient for him to leave his tractor here or leave his truck here for the day while he works over there. So yeah, when he's around, I always offer to feed him. Can't let him go hungry. Oh man. But yeah, I like to look out for him while he's around.
Yeah, I got used to table scraps, Laura.
Oh my goodness. I do want to get farm animals, Shayla, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I want some goats and maybe a pig, maybe a donkey. I already have chickens. Are you heading out?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, I want to have a whole zoo here. We'll see. I'm going to step off camera for just a second so I can blow my nose. Yes, that is very sweet that you take care of your mom. I already told my dad, like I've joked about like about like putting him in a home, but he knows I would never do that. So, yep, I tell him, why don't you just build a house in the backyard, because we both know eventually I'm going to be the one taking care of you. So let's just line things up now. Good evening, Patricia. Yep, it's been lots of work getting moved in here. I'm not an only child, Glenda. I actually have 4 siblings. And I had a half brother as well. My dad was previously married. Excuse me. He was previously married, and I had an older brother, and he actually passed away when I was younger. But he's in a better place. My day job is I work for a nonprofit, and it's kind of like retail. Retail is my background, so yeah, it's a really great place that I work at. I love my job. Yeah, nursing homes are not great. I always hear the horror stories, and it is terrible how people get away with like abuse and all kinds of crazy stuff in there. Yeah, so I don't know. It would be hard. Like, I know if someone has, there's certain ailments that it must be really hard for someone to take care of you. Like, I don't know, if you have like dementia and you don't want to eat, or if you have to be like a feeding tube, it must be hard. And I've never had to deal with any of that, so I don't know anything about that. But yeah, just hopefully if anyone has to ever use one, that they find a really good one. I'm sorry that we even got on this subject. Oh man, I'm just always like so open and willing to talk about whatever. So yeah, he would build it. He would be, oh my gosh, he would be the person that like jailbreaks that place. Advanced directive. Do you mean like if he's like unresponsive? Has he planned that out? I mean, he's not like super old yet, but yeah, we haven't really even ever talked about that stuff. But he always says he'd never want to be like a burden to anyone. So thank you, Jay. Yeah, yeah, he's doing pretty good. So yeah, it's many years down the road. That's at least what I tell myself. You never know what can happen, but yep. So anyway, let's change the subject off of this depressing stuff. I have one fruit tree. Man, that's a lot of comments popping up. There's one fruit tree on the property, and it's one that I bought. So there's no super old ones. I wish there was. Oh, okay. I did not know that, Josh. Oh, that's horrible, Patricia. It is a peach tree, and sorry, I just saw your comments. Um, yeah, it's just a peach tree. I got it at Walmart, so I plan on getting it in the ground very soon. The bushes in the backyard ended up being the invasive roses. I'm trying to remember what they're called. I'm sure one of you guys know, with the white flowers. And they bloomed, and they're so pretty. But I think this fall I'm gonna try to mow them over and spray them. I do want to do a vegetable garden. However, I have to get the whole plot together first. And yeah, that's just, that in itself is going to be a lot of work. Yes, Rosa multiflora. Yes, that's what they are. So I might end up renting like a, what's it called? Something that turns the soil over, and get some manure in there and just start preparing it. A tiller, yes, thank you. Yeah, renting a tiller, and that would probably help a lot. I don't know where exactly I would put it, but I think I would just do a big like in-ground thing. At my last house, I did a lot of raised beds, which I like raised beds, but they do definitely limit you, and there's really no need for me to do them because I have such an unlimited amount of space here. I actually have a dehydrator, and last year I made fruit leather and tomato leather, which was so good. Oh my gosh. My sister and I devoured the tomato leather. Like, if you never had it, you got to make it. And I've actually never canned anything, and that's definitely something that I want to learn. My best friend's aunt, she cans stuff and makes jams and all kinds of stuff, and I've told her that I want to learn how to do all that from her, because she already has a lot of the stuff that you need to do it. And she basically told me last year, like, if I have anything that I want to do, like anything I want to can, just bring it over and she'll help me do it. So that's pretty awesome. We are going to be using the rest of the land for farming. My dad's renting it to a local guy, and he'll plant like corn and probably soybeans and rotate it. And when you do that, like, there's different agreements you can have. So I think they're doing like a 5-year thing, and basically, I don't know what kind of split or how any of that works, but the whole agreement is that he gets it for 5 years so that he can supplement the soil, and he'll get a return on putting like lime and fertilizer and doing all this work to it. It'd be kind of silly to just do it for a couple years, because most of the time they're not going to invest in treating your fields if you do that. Your granddad's apple orchard. Oh, that's so sweet. I love to find old orchards like that. Um, yeah, I remember when I was a kid, my dad we had a couple of different houses, excuse me, that had orchards in them, and it was always so nice. Like we'd have more apples than we could eat. Yeah, that's true, Jay. But yeah, sometimes though, I mean, it's good that they're trying, and um, I think it's a shame that we don't know like where our food comes from. We don't know what country, and we don't know the people that have touched our foods. Yeah, they probably will do soybeans. That's they used to do an old farm for us, and they always did corn and soybeans. It was just those two rotating all the time. So, um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I always say like with people learning to grow their own food and stuff, like it is so crazy that all of us are here today. Like it's absolutely crazy because I feel like a lot of people, if it was up to us to survive, we would not be here. Like our ancestors must have been so tough, and they had to all know how to provide for themselves and forage at some point and grow their own food and hunt. And oh my gosh, like I'm so thankful that they did all that. Oh yeah, Glenda, I watch so many people already that are like farm channels. If you guys could see my subscription list, it's so random. Um, so I watch Justin Rhodes. He's one of my like top farm people that I like to watch. I watch Art and Bree, and let's see, I watch Wholesome Roots. I watch Weed'em and Reap. Who else? Oh, well, I watch Open Gate Farmstead now too. They're my buddies on here. I'm pretty sure there's a couple more. I can't remember. But kind of like the whole Justin Rhodes. Oh, I watch Sow the Land too. All those people, like they all seem to be kind of friends. I kind of watch like that whole friend group. So I learn a lot from them. And I definitely lean more towards the like natural stuff. And I find that I don't know, I just find their help to be really, they know a lot, so they're really helpful. A walnut tree, oh, that would be cool too. I really want a fig tree. And I had a lady send me like 7 cuttings of a fig tree, and they died. And I was so sad. So I'm going to have to find some more or just buy a tree. So that would be really cool because I love fig anything. Yeah, the herbicides they use, you never really know what it is, and especially if it's from another country, how do we know that everything they're using is legal here or they didn't lie about what they put on it? It's so hard to know. And if you look at like what there's a list of like what vegetables are like the most poisonous to you, like what gets sprayed the most. Last time I checked one of those lists, celery was the worst one. And I can remember a couple of times just like eating a piece without cleaning it, and I'm like, oh my God. So that's not great. The harmless farm, what? Harmless farmer? What? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look him up. That's so cool. Yes, Open Gate Farmstead. They're so nice. And I'm drawing a blank right now. Oh, his name's Matt. I'm so sorry, I forgot that. I'm so bad with names. So Matt from Open Gate, he has a podcast too, which is really cool. And Lucas from 1806 Stonehouse was on it. And so I've talked to him about that before. And he was kind of like coaching me on ways that I could start up a podcast, but it's not really in the cards for me right now. I think it would be a cool idea eventually just because I like talking to people. So it'd probably be pretty easy. Bobblehead Homestead. Huh. I'll have to look up them too. Hey, Sarah. Oh, from Detroit. That's so cool. Some of my extended family is originally from the Detroit area. And I've tried to look up history on them. And I've had problems with it, but I've like emailed so many historical societies in that area to try to figure stuff out. It's pretty neat. Oh, Lumna Acres, yeah, I've watched them before too. A chicken coop, yeah, I have a chicken coop. I have like 4. I have 3 like adult structures, and I have like a grow out pen, like a in between teenage chicken thing. Let's see. So, gosh, I'm trying to remember now, Sarah. Is there a place called Logan County near Detroit? Is that right? So, my great-great-grandmother died when she was 35-ish of tuberculosis. And when she died, when she died, my grandmother was like 12. So they got kind of just farmed out to families. She had 2 siblings. She had a little sister and a brother, and she had to go like help families. Like she was like a housemaid or whatever. And I just always wanted to know more about her life, and she was an interesting adult, and I just want to know like if the way she was when she was older, if that was all because of how she was brought up, or I wanted to know more about her mom and stuff. So I have this picture of a bunch of ladies sitting up on like a brick wall hanging out, and they're sitting outside of the hospital that was in Logan. And that was when she was being treated for TB. So I guess she had to go there, every few months or whatever to get more treatment. Eventually she probably died there. I'm not even sure, but that's what I was trying to find out from them, if they had any records from that hospital or anything. So that's my crazy story about that. Yeah, the drinking water. Yeah. Well, luckily, the lady that last lived here, she wouldn't allow like anyone to spray chemicals on the fields or up around the house. She didn't believe in like using any kind of poison whatsoever. So, to my knowledge, this place should be pretty clean, at least around the house. I know the fields are going to change soon, but at least around the house, and hopefully in my drinking water should be pretty clean. The fridge that we got has a water filter and all that, so we've been using that. I think it is Logan Township it's just Logan. I don't know, Logan in general, but they were all from Detroit and that area, and that's why my dad is from Michigan, because his parents met up there, and that's where he grew up. I'm gonna go grab a couple more cough drops. Whew, anyway. Yeah, I think it is. See, the only way that I knew Logan anything was because it was written on the picture. The cool thing is that, yes, I have spring allergies. I have terrible allergies lately. So her sister just died a couple years ago, and she lived to be like 95 or so. She was in North Carolina, and the winter before she passed away, I was super sad because I was looking into all my ancestry stuff, and I was like, fine, that generation. Yeah, that's what my dad said too about the auto industry up there. This is a cool picture I have. So that's my grandmother, my dad's mom. She's at Lake Michigan. This picture is from 1942. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I just have like these old cool pictures that I want to blow up. There's so many of you guys from Michigan. So I don't know, what does that say? Waukegan? That's probably in Michigan too. She pretty much lived there her whole life. And it blows my mind to see her like in these nice clothes because they were super poor. So maybe this was like, let's see, 44. She probably would have been like in her mid-20s here. So maybe this was like before she had kids. Maybe she was earning her own money and stuff. But they grew up like, my dad grew up on a dairy farm, and they really didn't have much. And I know I have this picture somewhere. Trying to find this. Oh, this is her when she got older. This is only how I ever saw her, of course. Here we go. Oh, okay. Very cool. See, this is why I want to do live videos, because talking to you guys, like, this conversation has been so many places tonight, and I have so much to learn from you guys, and it's just so cool. So basically, So my grandmother sent this whole envelope of old pictures and stuff that we had honestly never seen. It must have been ones that she sent to her sister over the years. We did have an analysis done. So yeah. You mean editing as in getting rid of stuff, or as in like just editing? So here is the picture. Lady with the arrow over her head is my great grandmother. And this is from May 29th, 1925. And it says, friends at the Powell Sanatorium. So, yep. I don't know how big we can make it. There we go. It's just kind of crazy. Like, I guess if you were getting treated for that long for something, then you would make friends at the hospital. Oh yeah. I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. Yeah. So when I looked it up, sanitarium, when I looked it up, this is what's written on the back. It's hard to tell because it's all in cursive. But this place has been knocked down, and I think they built businesses there. I don't remember. But the reason that I contacted the Historical Society is because I wanted to find out when the place was destroyed, where does all the records go? Because I should be able to find those. It was the Howell Sanitarium. Yeah, that was it. I think it was in Logan County or Logan Township, whatever. You had a dream that you owned our house. I had a dream that I owned your house. Thank you. That's really sweet. I think I need to take some more medicine soon. Well, why did it add 2 L's? Probably because I did. I think that's how it was. Let me double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Oh, okay. There is 2 L's. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, I was thinking if I ever go to Michigan, I'm gonna try to find any records that I can. It's just really neat trying to figure out where you're from. Is that a town, Sarah? Oh, okay. Even if they just have treatment records or something, that would be really, really neat to see. Is it lagging really bad? Oh man, okay. All right, well, maybe I should just end it then. I've been on here an hour and a half anyway. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, they'll be saved on this chat. So, all right. Well, I'll see you guys all soon. And yeah, it's about the hour of the day. I need to take some more medicine and start winding down. Nice to meet you too. I will. I have actually a lot of hot tea I can make, all different kinds too. So, all right. Well, you guys all have a good night. Like I said, if anyone wants to send me a postcard or something, you can do so. The P.O. Box link is or the P.O. Box address is in the description to the video I just posted of the moving. So I love you all. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next week.